Finally, a fantasy story with queer romance at the forefront. Yes, but at the same time, it wasn't gay enough for me. And welcome to my safe haven, everybody. Thank you guys so much for clicking on another video and joining me here on the BlackGayComicGeek channel. It's been a while since I've actually done like a pre-recorded, non-live review here on the channel. I've been so focused on like X-Men. Now we're in the Interview with the Vampire season, going live every single week. It's kind of good to just take a little break. Don't have to worry about being live, just edit. But anyway, welcome to the channel. If this is your first time checking out one of my videos, let me introduce myself. My name is Michael. I call myself the Black Gay Comic Geek, and I always say the things that I love to talk about on my channel has blood, sex, gore, and magic, or any variation of the four. So I like to talk superheroes. I like to talk comic books, video games, horror movies, sci-fi, anything that has nerddom and fantasy. And of course, I like talking about black representation and queer representation. So if that's something that you are interested in, if you think representation matters and through representation it equals normalization, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button. I actually just recently passed another milestone here on the channel. I just recently passed over 8,500 subscribers. So we are making our way towards getting bigger and bigger on the channel. We're making my way towards hitting 9,000, 10,000. Can I hit 10,000 by the end of the year? Let's see, fingers crossed. But you can help me do that by hitting the like button, leaving a comment, boosting this video on the algorithm. That's why I always say watch, like, share, comment, interact for the all gay rhythm in that order, because that's the order that helps the channel the most. Watching for the watch time, liking for the algorithm, letting YouTube know that you enjoyed this video, commenting, all of that stuff. So as Jennifer Lopez said in her song, "My love don't cost a thing." If you love the videos, if you love the content, it doesn't cost you a thing to watch, like, share, comment, interact for the all gay rhythm. But anyway, I done rambled on enough. We're here to talk about the newest show to hit Netflix. I believe it came out, it says April 25th. It is called Dead Boy Detectives. And the synopsis for Dead Boy Detectives is: two teenage ghosts work alongside a clairvoyant to solve mysteries for their supernatural clientele until a powerful witch complicates their plans. And this show is actually a spin-off to one of my favorite shows that come out of 2022, and also the graphic novel as well, both written by Neil Gaiman, The Sandman. Neil Gaiman wrote Dead Boy Detectives as well, so this show does connect to The Sandman. And if you did watch The Sandman, which I definitely recommend you check out The Sandman, and if you haven't checked out my review for The Sandman, definitely click the link up here to check that out. But you also get to see some cameos and references to the original Sandman world in this show, so that was cute and cool. But with that, interestingly enough, this show actually really reminds me of like the first couple of seasons of the show Supernatural, to the point that you have these two, well, in Supernatural, they were brothers. These two, they're just friends, they're best friends, and they're going to different parts of the world or different people solving new cases each episode. Each episode is a case of the week, and then of course it has an overarching storyline that culminates by the season finale. That's basically what this show kind of reminds me of. And funny enough, talking about Supernatural, actually, if you are a fan of Supernatural, Ruth Connell, who played the witch Rowena, mother of the demon Crowley, there we go, mother of Crowley, Rowena is actually, or the actress that plays Rowena actually plays a main role in this show. So yeah, watching this show, I knew absolutely nothing about it. I knew nothing about the world. I knew nothing about the graphic novel. I didn't even know it connected to The Sandman. I just happened to see like a small little snippet of it, and I thought that it might be somewhat gay because I saw somebody, one of the cast members, or I saw a trailer of a moment where the character of Nico was talking to Edwin, and it said, "Oh, he's another boy and he likes you and you like him." And I was like, "Oh, is this gay? Let me check this out." And I gotta say, like, even though this show connects to The Sandman, like, it's way more cheesier and way more lighthearted and way more comedic than the more serious tone and the serious circumstances of the Sandman. And then also when you think about how grand in scope the Sandman is, because it's dealing with the Endless, some of the most powerful beings and the most powerful creatures in the DC universe, because for those of you that don't know, the Sandman is connected to the DC universe, you know, where Superman, Batman, and all of that live. As grand scope as that is, this show is not that grand in scope. This is the more working class version of the supernatural world in the Sandman. And so also with that, when you think about the Sandman and how great the CGI and visual effects were, you don't get that in this show. The visual effects felt very CW, felt very low budget in this show. And also because it was so cheesy, I was just like, yeah, this show feels very low budget, but despite the fact that it feels, or not even feels, it is very low budget because the CGI sucks, to be perfectly honest. And I don't even want to say sucks, but it brings you back to the old days of TV. Like it felt like a network television budget with regards to the CGI, but because of the way streaming has gone nowadays, we're used to a lot of streaming shows having the great budgets behind it. But despite the CGI feeling pretty low budget, I really enjoyed this show. I love this show. I hope it gets a season 2. And a lot of what drew me into this show is the relationship and dynamic between our two leads, the two ghosts of Edwin and Charles, played by Jaden and George. I don't remember the last names. And what I found out after the show, after I was done watching the show, the person that played Edwin, George, the actor, George Rexcrew, I think that's his name. This is his first time, or his first major series regular role and something as big as a scale as this. Like, this is his first major role. I think he did a pretty good job. I really like him as Edwin. And I like that this show doesn't take itself too seriously, like to the point that they even have what's called the Cat King. And let's be like, I love the Cat King. I hope we get to see way more of the Cat King. Like, the Cat King has become my king. I absolutely like, I can't gush about the Cat King enough. And they got like talking cats. Again, the show knows not to take itself too seriously. And I think part of that also leans and why maybe some of the low budget CGI kind of also works, because the show has no problem in poking fun of itself. But definitely one of my hopes for this show is, A, we get a season 2. I hope we get a season 2, because you know Netflix is known for canceling shows out the blue, even canceling popular shows out the blue just for no reason. So I hope we get a season 2, but I also hope for season 2 they get a much bigger budget and get to expound the world a little bit more. And then also considering that it, like I said, that it connects the Sandman and how great the CGI for the Sandman looked, I hope it can match the level of quality for the Sandman. But then also going to what I said in the intro, I also hope for season 2 that season 2 is gayer than season 1. And part of the reason why I say I'm like, it wasn't gay enough for me is because part of it is like, you know, you had your queer characters, and then you also have the character of Edwin, who is discovering his sexuality. His character was a product of the 1910s, where homosexuality was not something that was allowed, regardless of where you were in the world. And so being that he's a ghost, he's kind of stuck in that time period. He's kind of like slowly evolving and slowly starting to become more comfortable with his sexuality. So there's that. But then also part of it is like you got to see like more heterosexual couplings with the character of Charles and the clairvoyant character. I believe Charles and the clairvoyant character, I can't remember her name, but I think they had sex in this show. Granted, they didn't show it, but they kind of teased that they had sex, but there was no gay sex or anything. So I don't know. It just wasn't gay enough for me. But I also appreciated how this show was mostly about, you know, a found family, accepting yourself, not letting your past define you, and all that other stuff interwoven in this idea of the supernatural. So it did have a lot of messages and themes that I think a lot of people could take to heart. So yeah, I was here for Dead Boy Detectives. Like I said, I hope it gets a season 2. And you know, my motto, make it blacker, make it gayer for season 2. So with that said, have you guys seen Dead Boy Detectives? Have you heard of Dead Boy Detectives? What are your thoughts of the graphic novel? What are your thoughts of the show? Would you like to see it connect more with the Sandman? Let me know all of your thoughts in the comment section below. Also, if this is one of your first time checking out one of my videos, please check out the other videos on my channel. If you like what you see, please subscribe for more and hit that bell notification button so you're alerted every single time I post a new video. And tell your friends, families, and neighbors about my channel to help me continue to grow. And as always, I will catch you guys next time.